Kind of about those, thanks again for tuning into yet another video of Infamous, coming at you live from the West Coast yet again, San Jose, California. So I've been reading your guys' feedback. I've been looking at what you guys have to say, of course. I'm taking account my social media, TikTok, Instagram, and yeah, the YouTube comments. I read them all. I just haven't had the time to respond to all the comments. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, the CVO ST 2024. I mean, it's $17,000 more than your 2024 touring model. So let's just say your Road Glide, right? Road Glide retails at what is it? $2,599, $26,000. The CVO ST retails at $42,000, $43,000. Not entirely sure. It's a good-looking bike. You guys already saw my reactions. I think it looks fantastic. It looks amazing. Other than, you know, the new Road Glide shark nose fairing, for the most part, it's a good looking bike. I mean, they have them in two different colors. Great overall, of course. But I mean, is this really $17,000 over your standard Road Glide? I mean, how is this $17,000? After looking at it, and then of course what you get with the 2024s, I mean, you get a lot with the 2024s. So mind you, I am showcasing the white, the Onyx Pearl, white Onyx Pearl with the black trim, and the only reason why I'm doing that is because, of course, that looks like the CVO ST. Yes, this is more of a white sand pearl. They call it a golden white pearl, but we might see this color in 2025 on the regular touring models. All right, that's what Harley's known for. But I mean, just looking at them side by side, here you go. I'm gonna show you guys the CVO ST. And this is the regular. So, all right, $26,000, except for, of course, the black trim and the premium color option. Where does that put this at? Sorry, where does it put it at? So let's just say 2,100. So 2,100 on top of the 26,000. That's 28,000, give or take $28,200. 28,000. So it's $15,000 more if you want it, of course, like this: black trim, black exhaust, black forks, you know, which is blacked out everything, of course. So it's still $15,000. Or you could, of course, go with the chrome finish. They also have it in white Onyx Pearl, or you could go with the billiard gray with the chrome, and you're saving yourself $17,000. I don't know about you guys, but I can do a lot with $17,000. You guys saw my build, my Lowrider S, and my and my Roadster. I was able to do quite a bit because, of course, I'm doing it myself. But I mean, for $17,000. All right, so we're back. We're having some technical difficulties. We have some light rain here in California, and all right, so now we're trying it a fourth time recording this video. I have now spent a total of about an hour and a half talking about this topic. All right, so here we are now, the sixth time today trying to record this. Man, if only California could invest in the power grid and not in diversity, equity, and inclusion, that would be nice. If we could not waste all this money on gender studies or gender whatever the BS is out there. I mean, if California plans to ban all gas-powered vehicles by 2035 and then have everybody drive EVs, and you can't handle a little bit of rain or a little bit of heat during the summer.
A few moments later.
All right, let's calm down. Sixth time. I don't script these videos, so I have no idea where I'm at. I saw a little bit of the old videos. The mic was really jacked up. So let's go ahead and do it again for the sixth time. So we were talking about $10,000 to $15,000 before the audio took a poop, and I had to reset all of my devices, my computer, because of course the power grid can't take it. I was talking about $15,000 to $17,000 depending on the trim and the finish, of course. These bikes look identical, all right? Quite honestly, the rider assists, everything, I mean, it's pretty much on point except for the you know, the suspension. You have Showa suspension on the CVO ST, inverted forks, of course, and then on the 2024, you have standard forks and you have standard rear suspension, 3 inches of travel, which is pretty good. Of course, it's better than before. The other notable difference, you have a 121 high output V-twin Milwaukee 8. On the 2024, you have a 117. All right, they're still perform pretty decently. Okay, I'm not gonna bash the 117. I have a 114 stage 2 on mine. So other notable differences other than that, of course, I guess you could talk about the finish. You have a golden white pearl on this one, and then you have onyx white. Still looks good. So the reason why I'm showcasing this one is because this one looks pretty much like the other one. All right, so that's why I have the black trim with the white onyx pearl. That's why I'm showcasing it, because it looks almost like a CVO ST without the CVO price tag. All right, the $43,000. So if you're looking at both of these, of course, it's a $15,000 difference. And if you're wondering what else is there on top of what I just mentioned, of course, that's pretty much it. But what you do have on the standard that you don't get on the ST is the two-up riding capabilities, like the seat, and of course you have the passenger foot pegs. That if you wanted that on your ST, you would have to spend an additional I'd say about $800, depending on the seat. All right, depending on the seat, $800. The wheels still look good on both of them. I like what Harley did with the 2024s, but of course, those are pretty much the only differences for $17,000. I would say if you're not someone that's mechanically inclined, if you were to pay somebody, that's the key detail. If you were going to pay somebody else to do all of these mods, of course, like a stage 2, maybe a suspension upgrade on your 2024, of course, that would pretty much equal to or build up to or stack up to the CVO price tag. All right. A lot of these parts, in my opinion, I don't think they're worth the $17,000. But if you were to pay somebody, to do these mods or to do these upgrades, you'd probably be a little bit higher than $17,000. You guys saw my lowrider S. You guys have seen my lowrider S, my 114 stage 2. I've spent somewhere around, with the fairing, of course, somewhere between I'd say $7,000 to $10,000 on just mods and upgrades and seats and exhaust. And I've switched multiple components. If you guys seen any of my videos, I've gone through 3 different air cleaners, two different types of exhaust on the lowrider S. Just the lowrider S. And I'm just moving stuff around. I'm trying out different things. Just to see what it looks like. It's just like I said. The money can add up depending on what you're doing to it. But for $15,000 to $17,000, you could do quite a bit. All right. So the only cons, of course, of building out your 2024 is it's only going to be worth whatever the price tag is, or whatever NADA or Kelley Blue Book values your bike at. All right, you could spend $20,000 in your 2024 Road Glide standard. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. You could sink in $20,000 worth of mods, and it's only going to be worth that price tag, $26,000. The CVO, of course, that's going to be CVO money. Why? Because it's got the CVO badging right here at the saddlebag. You got the CVO badging on the dashboard or the tank cover. All right, so this is going to be worth CVO money. You don't have to sink in as much money as, like I said, $15,000 to $17,000. This is going to retain its value, of course. But along with the CVO badging and the CVO money, of course, it's going to carry CVO markups and CVO dealer fees. Okay? It is what it is. If you were to ask me, and maybe you guys can share your own thoughts, of course, you guys can share your comments down below. I think I would pretty much prefer getting my 2024 like this. If I really wanted it to look like a CVO ST, I think I would prefer getting the standard, and then, of course, doing my own work, doing my own mods, and spending, the $15,000 to $17,000 in the parts that matter to me. But, like I said, that's just me. I like wrenching on my bikes. And then, of course, you also, you don't have a VVT in these Milwaukee 8s, you don't have EVT, so you don't have to worry about the cam phaser. You don't have to worry about, waiting for aftermarket support or anything like that. I'm pretty sure or certain that you could pretty much use whatever aftermarket cam is available, along with the cam and stuff like that. Like I said, for 15 to 17,000 bucks, you guys have seen my 114 Lowrider S with the Stage 2. Looking at the performance here, talking about this now the fifth, sixth time. Sorry guys if I'm just so confused. Like I said, I don't script these videos, but we're looking at 127 horsepower with the 121 high output Milwaukee 8. So 127 horsepower. You guys know my bike 114 Stage 2. It's 114 horsepower at the wheel, and it's got 127 foot-pounds of torque at the wheel. That's huge. When I'm mentioning at the wheel, these numbers are not at the wheel, okay? 127 horsepower at 445 foot-pounds of torque. That's not at the wheel. So you're losing a little bit of performance between, of course, the engine and the drivetrain or the drive or the drivetrain, the powertrain, drivetrain. So of course these are belt-driven bikes, so you're losing a little bit of performance. That's the reason why people switch from a belt to a chain. So you're probably, I'm just guessing, of course, I don't know. We would have to wait until these bikes got dyno tuned, but this is probably sitting somewhere between 115 to 117 horsepower, in my opinion. I would guess. All right. As far as the torque, it's probably around 130 to 135 foot-pounds of torque, I'm guessing, of course. And once you, of course, look at those numbers and then you look at my numbers, my 114 ain't so bad, all right, with the Stage 2. Keep in mind that this tune right here that you're seeing from Harley, this is a California compliant. All right, this is California compliant tune, which is also, it's a massive hit to the performance because we know these bikes run lean. They run lean because the emissions that Harley's trying to meet with EPA and especially California CARB. CARB is a huge one. So this is California compliant. And because of that, it takes a huge hit. So you could only imagine once you unlock, the tune on these numbers are going to go up big time. Because I've seen 117s with the Stage 1, with the proper Stage 1, and meaning dyno tuned with the Stage 1. And it's got some pretty good numbers. All right, let me tell you guys that. Like I said, you guys can leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. The faring's starting to grow on me a little bit. Overall, I just don't know about the carbon fiber. Some of you guys don't think that looks good. Of course, it's a forged carbon fiber, so it's not as demanding as the woven or the weaved carbon fiber, whatever you call it. I don't know what else to say. I'm just so lost with this video. I'm gonna have to, I guess maybe I'll leave it in the titles. I mean, there was just so much that I said in the previous cuts. I think my fifth take was really the one that I really liked. I just can't remember what I said. Like I said, most of these videos are not scripted. I just talk, I just shoot from the hip, off of the top of my head. And I think my fifth take was the one I really liked. And if I remember anything, what I said or whatnot, I'll put it in the titles, of course. You guys can let me know if I missed anything. Anyways, a nice overall package, 121 high output, but for the 17,000, I think you could probably do a little bit better and probably save a couple $1,000s here and there, and then of course save hundreds off of the insurance. It's just that once you decide to trade it in or sell it, you're pretty much losing your ass on this one. And then of course CVO, the opposite. You don't have to spend as much, and it's going to retain its value in case you ever get tired of it. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.